This video will provide an example of how a customer might log into a portal to review order status and invoice status, as well as make payments to an invoice. This is a case where an installation of SAP uses both Esker and B2B software. So let's assume that the customer has received an email. Their order has been placed by fax through the Esker system into SAP, and the delivery department has processed the sales order to get it to a point where they want to confirm it. At that point, SAP or Esker sends out an email with a link back to the B2B website so that the customer can check further status on the order. So as you can see from the link, it is referring in the document number. We also can pass user ID for the portal as well. It would require them to log in if they haven't logged in yet, or if they don't have a cookie on their computer. In this screen I have it already logged in, but it would redirect to the order summary page. So here's the detail. Again, here's the PDF that they can download or view, and in addition we've got all the details: the shipped to, the sold to, total net value, and the customer can see from the ship status over here that it's still open. Here's the PDF, which they can then save locally or print. And the shipping tab will tell them when the actual delivery date is expected. So in this case, they'll know this is going to be delivered on July 9th. Right? So at this point, they know the dollar amount. If they have a question, they can contact, and the intelligence behind this button can be to the customer's requirement. If this is a sales rep contact email or just a general customer service email, we can get the information to the correct person at Blunt. Now we can fast forward until the time when an invoice is generated for the sales order. The customer receives an email that has a link to actually view the PDF or to view the details of the invoice. And obviously sometimes it's more advantageous to just attach the PDF, but when it involves invoices, it might be better for them to log in to a secure website where they have to get past the user ID and password. So in the Blunt portal, the customer can see the details of the invoice without having to actually download the PDF. Of course, they can click on it to save themselves a copy for their own reference. This is the same as the invoice that comes out of SAP, but this could be the Esker PDF as well. And from here, there's also the contact button if they want to inquire about the PDF or inquire about the invoice. For example, if the payment terms were not correct, if the billing date, due date were not correct, if the pricing was not correct, for example, if there was a discount which should have been applied, all of that is right here. And when they hit the contact button, that detail is contained in the email, which goes to, say, either it's the credit rep or the finance representative. So you can also see from the menu that customers can go and look up other invoices. On that page, they can find a list of open invoices and they can download them. So they can select by a specific date range. This is a test system, so there's not going to be a whole lot of data out there, but we can just grab what's out there. Customers really like this because they can download and then they can do their own Excel matchup for reconciliation. And each of these contains a link to the actual invoice. Also available is the list of open items. So at this point, this customer has, as you can see, 5 open items. Again, they can download the list. The sorting is interactive, so if they want to search for it by document number, posting date, payment amount. It also gives some degree of the credit status, shows their last payments, the interest, or the payment discount. The Pay Invoices screen gives the customer an overview of what invoices are available to be paid. If there are open credit memos, the customer can combine multiple payments to also take a credit. And so in this case, the customer may have been responding to a complaint that they're over their credit limit, or the customer is trying to place an order and Blunt is telling them, sorry, we can't process any more orders until you make a payment. And the customer can come in and pick and choose which invoices they want to pay. Customers really love the fact that they can put in their own payment number. So if they want to specify a specific check number, they can do that. They add It's very simple. Their business name, routing number, and account number. And from there they can hit continue to pay. They have to honor the terms and conditions, and once they make the payment, this then goes into SAP. It goes through whoever the payment provider is. In this case it's Paymetric, and after the confirmation and the authorization occurs, the SAP open invoices are cleared through the accounting system in SAP, so it no longer is an open item. So this is their reference number, which is actually the SAP document number, and there will be an email confirmation as well. Now, another feature that the customers like to use is the search for payments when they're not sure how a payment was applied or when it was applied. So for example, if we just pull up something that was paid in the last few days, we have the listing right here of different checks which were paid. And when you expand, you can see the actual invoice that that payment was applied to, the date on which it was paid, and the amount. Similarly, some customers want to look at it based on the invoice number. So if they want to see which item was paid, they can then go and see what the payment number was and the dollar amount that way. So it gives them the ability to view the information in two different ways.